Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know that this is long awaited, but it is finally here in honor of my 17th birthday. Me reacting to your period horror stories part 9. I know guys, we're at 9 parts, that's crazy. I know that I haven't been posting this series as much or posting as much in general. I've been so busy with school. Junior year is no joke guys, but I just got home from tutoring. I tutor after school and I figured now's the time to film it. I am pre-recording this 10 days before my birthday, but the day you're seeing this is my birthday, so I did want to kind of do the 9th edition of this series just in honor of my 17th birthday, because a big part of what I like do in my life is make period videos for you guys, so I thought it would be a cool way to honor it. And also the day that this video is going up, I'm going to be posting another community tab post for you guys to leave your horror stories for part 10 if you weren't featured in this video, or if you want to be featured in the next video, and you guys can submit if yours isn't read in this video. But a while ago I posted on my community tab, hey guys, so I've been getting tons of requests to do another part of my reacting to your period horror stories series, so I'm bringing it back. Here's the post for you guys to leave your crazy, embarrassing, insane, and or funny period horror stories for me to react to in a part 9 of my reacting to your period horror story series on my channel. Can't wait to read your stories. So now we're going to read the stories, and there are almost 200 stories that have been submitted, so obviously I'm not going to get to all of them, but of course I will read as many as I can. So let's get reading. So basically me and my family were on a 12-day trip for our summer vacay. The second I hear vacation, I just know something's gonna go wrong. When about the 5th day I realized I started my first period. I quickly went to my suitcase to grab my emergency bag when I realized I only had packed 5 pads. And we still had over half the trip left, and we were swimming every day. Swimming, vacation, travel, What made it worse was that we were staying with my step-grandmother who was super strict, and it was so awkward trying not to make it a huge deal, especially since I'd used up a ton of pads that were filling up her bathroom trash can and she had to take it out frequently. Thank goodness I had my sister who I could talk about it comfortably with, and she gave me extra pads to last this trip. Though I still had to use only 1 pad for the last day of my period, and it was medium. Oh, I hate that. I hate when I feel like I have a limit on pads because like I'm out of them. What is with this redness? Sorry guys, my skin is like, but anyway, I hate when like I have to like minimize on the pads I use. It's just horrible, and that just sounds like a horrible combination. I am so sorry about that. So my period started literally the night before my trip. I swear, what is it with periods and trips? I filmed a video and I'll link it. Basically I filmed myself like a travel vlog on my period. They always come when you're traveling. We were getting on a plane and flying a 4-hour flight. I had a light pad on, my flow seemed light, and I changed it before I hopped on the plane. After the flight landed, I was getting ready to leave the plane and go to the bathroom when I got up and saw all this blood on my plane seat. Okay, I leaked on a plane once, but if I saw it on the seat, I don't know what I would do. Luckily, we were in the back area of the plane and only my mom saw it and got me out of there to the bathroom. Also, I had black sweats on, thank goodness, that is lucky. So you couldn't see the blood leaked onto my pants. Eventually, my dad found out, which was so embarrassing, and I laugh about it now. Oh my god, that literally is a nightmare. Like, what do they do? Like, when you get off the plane, like, do they have to wipe the blood off the plane? So we were at my grandma's burial. I'm so sorry about that. It was my second period because after having it the first time, it didn't come again till a few months. That is so real. My periods were so regular in the beginning. The outfit was white, and since I was a family member, I had to wear white against my will. Of course you had to wear white. Halfway through the day, I stained myself and everyone kept looking. Then a little girl came up to me and told me. She saved me. I was so embarrassed and went to stay in a room. Let's just say it wasn't the best experience. That is a really horrible experience. I'm so sorry because like not only are you dealing with like your grandma's burial, but like then you bleed through on the outfit you have to wear to it. That is really unlucky, and I'm really sorry. That sounds horrible. I was head of my costume crew for my school show. I ended up bleeding through my blue shorts down my leg during dress rehearsal in front of my entire crew, cast, and friends, including guys, after passing out twice that morning. Are you okay? I would not live through that. Like, I would not be able to live through that. My period horror story is so embarrassing. So I was in 5th grade. That must suck. Like, it's totally normal to get your period at that age, but getting it in elementary school does suck because I didn't get mine until I was 13, and like if I had had to deal with it in elementary school, I do not know what I would have done. And my besties and I were sitting on top of the monkey bars. Then blood started running down my leg. Lovely. We had to tell the teacher, which was so mortifying. I had to go to the nurse's office and wear pants that didn't even fit. But it gets worse. At the end of the day, I had to get my bloody shorts back. The teachers weren't letting us in the nurse's office, so we had to tell them to get in. I never told my mom. Oh my god. Like on the monkey bars, like did it get on the monkey bars? So a few months ago, I was on a Europe trip with my mom. I swear, I should name this video Vacation Edition. I'm so sorry that you guys have to deal with your period so much on travel. I was supposed to get my period, but I didn't. Mine are irregular. So real. 2 weeks, we get on a train to Venice and I get my period, but I didn't notice that until I get up to leave. Luckily, the train seats were red, so you couldn't really tell that it was a blood stain, and I also had a hoodie to tie around my waist. Oh my god, that's so lucky though that they were red, like the seats were red, like perfect color. So it was 5:30 a.m. I felt like weird down there, never a good sign, and I had cramps pretty bad. My period was due to come. I went to the bathroom and there was blood that leaked all through my white underwear and my light PJ shorts. It's like periods can sense the color of your fabric. I had to change and rinse all the blood out. I went back to bed and I was in so much pain. Cramps suck. I feel horrible for you because like I get that, like when it's the middle of the night and then something like that happens and like you just want to sleep but then you have to deal with your bloody situation. I do water polo and I got my period on the day of the tournament. My periods are normally light medium, so I put in a tampon, played a game, and went to go eat. I stood up from my seat and there was blood on the seat, but no one saw it because I cleaned it up with my towel before they could notice. I went to the bathroom and I had leaked through my tampon, but I didn't have another one. Thankfully, one of my friends was in the stall next to me and she had one in her bag. I replaced my tampon and had to wash my suit off in the shower before I got back in the water. There was blood all over the bottom of it, but I got it all out and we won both the games we played. Well, that has a happy ending, but oh, the stress of that. I just got my first period 4 days before. My stepdad had asked my stepbrother, who was the same age as me, to get the garbage from the upstairs bathroom. I know where this is going, where I would throw away my used pads. He got the garbage can and brought it downstairs and then proceeded to dump the garbage into the kitchen garbage. My stepdad only wanted him to bring it and put it next to the kitchen garbage. So my stepbrother saw all of my dirty used bloody pads and then said to me, "There was blood on the stuff in that garbage." And I said, "You think?" And then he had the audacity to say, "Yeah, that's gross." But at least my stepdad had a talk with him about following directions. That's good, but oh my god, I would be so embarrassed. State testing, no backpacks, 8 hours of just sit. It was torture and I was so scared. Also, it was day 2. That is a lethal combination. That is no back. I mean, I get it for state testing, but what do you even do? It all started when I got my period again. I put a pad on and whatever, the norm, then went to bed. The next day I went and saw one of my family members' new baby. Okay, the irony, because like your period is telling you that like, oh, you don't have a baby in your uterus. That's funny. I got the worst pain I've ever had in my life. I felt like I was going to pass out. I felt like I was going to throw up. I felt like I had 1,000 knives stabbing me in and out of my lower belly. I thought I was going to die, like for real. But I wasn't even bleeding too much. It was so bad. I understand, like cramps can actually be horrible. Like I literally have to lie in my bed. My bed's over there. I have to like just lie there and take it. It's really horrible. Like not every period, but sometimes it's just really bad. Okay, so first off, my period always comes at the worst time. So real. My period has come on my birthday 2 times in a row. Oh, mine's due on my birthday too. So if this is going up, when this is going up, I'll let you guys know in the comments if I get it, because I probably will on my birthday. Christmas Eve, Christmas, Halloween. I've had it while I had a super bad cold and I was always coughing and sneezing. If you know, you know. That is seriously horrible. I had it at my school's assembly, my school's last day of school party. There was lots of fun water activities that I couldn't do because I wear pads. So real. I've even had to take days off from school because my cramps were so bad. I've had lots of bad period experiences, but none of them I would say is a horror story. But I remember it was like my 5th or 6th period and we went to a restaurant and I was on my period. I ordered steak and it was kind of expensive. Nobody knew I was on my period, not even my mom, so I was having the worst cramps ever and I didn't feel like eating anything. I felt like I was going to throw up, so my steak came and it looked and tasted really good, but I couldn't eat it because my cramps were so bad. I felt so bad because my parents had to pay for a meal that I barely ate. Oh my god, that just sucks. I hate that. I hate how much periods ruin everything. Like that whole story just goes to show. It's really horrible. Basically, we were on holiday vacation and there was a swimming pool. I knew I started my period deep down, but I decided to go for a swim anyway. Denial, as I heard the water pressure can stop your flow. Do not ever listen to that. Just don't swim or use a tampon, please. I got in for a few minutes when a clot came out. Oh. I managed to kind of push it into the filter without anyone noticing, so then I got out of the pool and wrapped the white hotel towel around me. I went up for a shower and didn't notice I'd stained the towel. After my shower, I for some reason used the same towel again and still didn't use toilet paper to get rid of the blood on me. I just fully dried myself with the white towel. Let's just say the towel was no longer white. I put clothes on and then my mom walked in and saw the towel. She just told me to leave it on the floor and the housekeeping would get rid of it. I feel so bad for whoever had to pick up that towel and throw it away. That sounds truly horrifying. And yeah, it's true. Like if you get it at a hotel, those towels are so white. So there was this teacher and a few years ago a girl was on her period and so she went to the bathroom to change her pad. And literally this dude, the teacher, just freaking threw everything out of her bag. Is that allowed? Like he took out all the books, checked everything. He had seen her with a pad. He was 42 and still didn't know what a period was. If that's true, I have no words. So he just took out a pad from the bag, swung it in the air and went up to his favorites, the boys. By the way, this was 9th grade. Even my 7th grade classmates who are men know what a period is. Anyway, the guys awkwardly explained the situation. He never questioned anything when a girl asked to go to the washroom ever again. I'm pretty sure he's scarred. That's on him. I'm sorry. If you're 42, that's on him. I was staying at a fancy hotel in Singapore with my family during summer vacation. vacation. Everything was going well. The calm before the storm. It was the day of my return flight and I wake up to see blood all over the white hotel sheets. It's always the white hotel sheets. And my pants, which were light blue in color, were fully red. Turns out I bled the whole night and I had no idea, as my periods were supposed to come after 10 days. I didn't have any pads with me, so I had to go inform my mom and get my dad to bring me pads. I woke up late and only had 30 minutes till we left for the airport. My dad rushed to the nearest 7-Eleven and got me some pads. Meanwhile, the washroom was a full murder scene. I felt so bad for leaving the sheet stain, but I had no option. That is horrible. Like, honestly, like, look what periods make us have to go through. It's so horrible. I had a school assembly in grade 7 and it was day 4 and I had never publicly leaked before. So I guess this is gonna be your first time. We were sitting for a while and something felt off, but I didn't check it since it was so late in the period. I did have cramps though. Class by class got called up to leave the gym, and once we got to class, my boyfriend told me I have a red spot on my pants. I was freaking out and my best friend watched me cry for the first time, but also gave me her sweater. I spent a while in the office changing, making sure I looked fine, and then came back to class and a girl was mad at me. Oh my god, like, that's so embarrassing. Also because, like, your boyfriend had to tell you. Oh, that's such a bad situation. Over the summer, my family planned a vacation to Italy, and the day before our 8-hour flight, I got my period. So the next day I sat for 8 hours with the same pad because I don't use airplane bathrooms because, okay, I get that, I hate airplane bathrooms, but I do kind of force myself to use them on a tiny little seat in between two complete strangers because my parents couldn't find seats near each other. But luckily my period didn't last long, so I was able to enjoy most of my vacation. Okay, but that plane ride must have been horrible. I am so sorry. I haven't gotten my period yet, but this is my mom's period horror story. So my mom was going to change her tampon in a public bathroom and apparently forgot to lock the stall door. So in the middle of her taking out her tampon, someone literally walked into the stall with her bloody tampon dangling from her fingers. That is really embarrassing. I hope she's okay. Honestly, like, I don't think I could live that down. So when I was 11, I had gone on a trip to Hawaii, and basically we were at the beach one day and I had this cute pineapple towel, so I was laying on it when I had cramps. I decided to just ignore it and go in the water. I was playing with my brother in the water when I had gotten my period and he thought a shark bit my leg and screamed. A lifeguard came to see if we were all right. My brother said, "The shark bit my sister," but I had to explain to him that I think I got my period. I told my mom and she taught me more about it. But it does not end there. The next day we were shopping and I got my period. It bled through my panty liner to my underpants but did not bleed to my pants. I did not notice it till we got to the hotel room. Once we got there, I got into my pajamas and threw my clothes into the laundry basket, but it must have fallen out behind it because a few days after we got a package with my blood-stained underpants in it. That's really funny. Like, they sent these back like, oh, here, I don't know why you'd want these, they're ruined, but here. We were going to a water park. I told my mom I was on my period and she told me just to wear a pad and I'll be fine. My naive self did just that, and the first ride was a water roller coaster. At the beginning and end of the ride, the seat fills up with water and you're sitting with others. At the end of the ride, I looked down and all of the water was red. What do you even do? My pad does not work in water. I felt so bad and everyone saw it and blood was dripping down my legs on the cement. The lifeguard gave me a towel and I didn't ride any rides the rest of the day. You guys are strong to be able to deal with this kind of embarrassment. Like, I know, like, it's not like embarrassing, like you should feel bad for someone going through this, but just to have that many people witness that, oh my god. So I was having annoyingly painful cramps a few days ago and my geography teacher noticed, so she went up to me and said, when you get home, eat a whole tub of ice cream, get chocolate, medicine, and binge watch Netflix, not caring what anyone says. I laughed, and then at home time she let me go first and said ice cream go, and everyone else was so confused. Stan that teacher. I love that teacher. She sounds so cool. It was the day before my first day of middle school. I went to the bathroom and found some brownish spotting in my underwear. Of course, the day before the first day of school. I kind of brushed it off as nothing and went on with my day. The next day, on my first day of middle school, I was finishing getting ready at my locker and went to the bathroom to find my flow had gotten super heavy. Luckily, I had worn a makeshift panty liner that morning, but I still stained my face purple underwear, but it gets worse. This was the one day in 2 years that I had forgotten my period products at home. Of course. I panicked and had to wrap toilet paper around my underwear, then got to class. The whole day, the teachers were going over some typical first day stuff, leaving me no chance to change my toilet paper. That is such a nightmare. Ugh. Dealing with periods at school is so annoying, but then on the first day of school, that sucks. So I was on a vacation with my friend and we were staying at her sister's house and she let us sleep in her bed because she has night shifts. I had just finished my period and I hadn't bled all day, so I didn't wear anything to bed. Oh my god, no. That is always when it comes back. I have been a victim to this many times. Well, that was the biggest mistake of my life. I got blood all over her white sheets, my light pink underwear, and all over my pajama pants. Safe to say it was the most embarrassing night of my life. That sucks. Like, even though it's not your fault, that just sucks. So it was my first time wearing a tampon because my friend Crush threw a birthday party, and so it was a swim party, and so I was all ready and everything. And then we walk up to the party and we were having fun swimming, and then we all get out and get some food. Well, somehow this bee comes around me, so I'm like literally terrified of bees. So real. So I run away and then my tampon pops out. And so I look at my BFF and me and her go running to the bathroom and I'm freaking out like what just happened, and she hadn't gotten hers yet, so we were both panicking, and so she runs up to go and get my mom and we just put in another tampon, but I was so scared. in front of your crush, like at your crush's party, and it just pops out in front of everyone. That is, oh my god. It's funny though that started because like you were running away from a bee. I was in the 6th grade since I've gotten my period super early anyway, so one day I was in computer class and the chairs were blue and had cushions, you know, like those office chairs. I was on my period and my cramps were so bad I was crying. I tried to go to the nurse, but my male teacher wouldn't let me, of course. I ended up bleeding through my pants, staining the chair and my uniform, and it was still there after a week. Everyone was talking about it, but eventually I moved schools. Did you move schools because of that? I mean, if you didn't, that came at great timing. Why didn't they clean the chair or replace the chair? Alright guys, so this is the last period horror story I'm going to be reading, and based on just skimming it, it looks pretty terrifying. So I was invited last minute to go to the pool with 2 of my friends. One had their period, one does not. I agreed, of course, but I realized 10 minutes later that I was on my period. I knew how to put a tampon in and I wasn't scared of putting it in or anything, so I was like, whatever. That is very unrelatable. Maybe I'll do a video on this, but I physically can't put tampons in. I literally had to go to the doctor about it. It has something to do with, I don't know, if you're like a girl or just female watching this, or like anyone, then like you've heard of the hymen. Yeah, it has something to do with that. I literally can't use tampons. It's so painful. Anyway, I'll maybe get into that in another video. I sat on the toilet for 20 minutes trying to figure out how to work the thing. I finally got it in, but it was not very comfy. I just assumed that that was how it was going to be. So I did the whole swimming thing. It was fun, but I could definitely feel the tampon the whole time. I was worried it would float out of me. It didn't though. That's the problem. Like, I've heard if you can feel it, then it's not in, right? So I got into the change room and sat in the toilet ready to take it out. I couldn't find the string. That is terrifying. I searched and searched and it was like gone. I was crying and scared and I didn't want to go to the hospital. I finally shoved my finger up and found the string, and as I was pulling it out, I realized that the tampon was basically all dry. I've heard from my friends and my mom, like, I know that's a horrible sensation. I was on day 2, so I don't know how it was that dry, but I pulled, and every time I moved a little further out, I wanted to cry. It's sensitive down there. I finally yanked it out and decided I am never using tampons again. This sounds like something that would happen to me. I swear, like, that is so horrifying. It's so scary, and also, like, yeah, the pain. It's like, literally, why do we have to go through this? That is horrifying. And especially, like, at the pool, like, it ruins your pool day. I'm so sorry that that happened. Anyway, guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching it. I really hope that you enjoyed the next part of the series as my 17th birthday special kind of thing. I will definitely do part 10 whenever I can get around to it. I love doing this series, even though it's not super fun to hear about you guys suffering and going through horrifying experiences, but it's definitely entertaining and can probably help us feel less alone in dealing with how horrifying and scary, honestly, sometimes periods can be. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you didn't get your story read in this video, feel free to comment it down below, or feel free to wait for my part 10 post on my community tab, which if you're watching this video, it's up. So go submit your story and I will promise to try to get to it in the next video. And so yeah, before you leave, please like this video, and if you made it to the end of this video, comment down below, don't use white sheets, because if you watched all the stories I read in this video, you'll know why. And also please subscribe to my YouTube channel because of this series, and I just do also tons of other period videos and also just relatable videos for anyone around our age, my age, whatever, like relatable videos for teen girls. I did just want to say, like, I cannot believe I'm 17. I've gotten a lot of DMs and comments from you guys that you've been watching me since I was 14, and it's really crazy just how fast time goes. And like now I get all these DMs from you guys saying that you watched me like before you got your first period and now you've gotten it, and like we've kind of grown up together, and I just think that that's so cool and so amazing, and I just love you guys so much, and thank you guys for all of the sweet messages. And yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching it, and I love you guys. Bye!